What is going on, everybody? I hope you guys are all having a great day. Today I am back here with another easiest players to trade for in Madden 26 franchise video, and today I'm going to be showing you guys 10 of the easiest hidden development rookies to trade for in Madden 26 franchise. And real quick before we get into these trades, just a quick disclaimer: if you're watching this video a while after it's been uploaded, it's possible that there's been roster updates as well as changes to the trading system in franchise mode, so it's possible that some of the trades in this video might not actually work because of that. But even if it is a while after it's uploaded that you're watching this, I would say it's still worth trying them out and seeing if some of them still work, because it's possible that some of them still might. But I will also be making updated versions of easiest players to trade for in Madden 26 franchise, so make sure to stay tuned for future ones of these. But yeah, with that disclaimer out of the way, we can go ahead and jump right into these 10 trades. And here for trade number 1, we have the Mini Pekka, aka Cam Scatterboo. We get him here for Gus Edwards, Nicholas Moreau, and a handful of day 3 picks. Now Cam Scatterboo is 77 overall, of course with hidden development. He's 23, so he's got a ton of development ahead of him, and he does have 85 speed, which is kind of low for a running back, but at the same time his archetype is power back, so speed isn't really that important considering his archetype, but it will still develop considering that he's only 23 years old. And he was a 4th round pick for the Giants in this past draft, and we get him here for Gus Edwards and Nicholas Moreau, 2 guys that I signed out of free agency, and then some day 3 picks. So we essentially are getting Cam Scatterboo for 3 day 3 picks, which is pretty good value. So yeah, that's trade number 1, Cam Scatterboo. We will go to trade 2. And for trade number 2, we are getting Nick Emanwari, I hope I pronounced that correctly, from the Seattle Seahawks in exchange for CJ Gardner-Johnson, Connor McGovern. And I threw the long snapper in here because the trade without him was like pretty much fully complete, so I just tossed him in just to complete the trade, and 2 4th round picks. And similar to the last trade, CJ Gardner-Johnson and Connor McGovern were both signed out of free agency, so essentially we get this trade to go through for a long snapper and 2 4th round picks, which last I checked is pretty good value. And as for Nick Emanwari, he's 21 years old, 93 speed, so for a safety he's really fast. He also has 82 hit power, which is pretty good. But yeah, that's trade number 2, Nick Emanwari from the Seattle Seahawks. We will go to trade number 3. And for trade number 3, we have another running back. We are getting Caleb Johnson here for Gus Edwards and Jedrick Wills Jr. Again, both of these guys were signed out of free agency, so we get Caleb Johnson for free essentially. And when you consider that Caleb Johnson is 22, of course with hidden development, 88 speed, 90 excel, which, I mean, for a running back, ideally it would be in the 90s, but still, like I said, he's 22 with hidden development, so there's no doubt that will improve. The fact that we're able to get a 74 overall 3rd round pick from this past draft for just 2 free agents is pretty good value. But yeah, Caleb Johnson is trade number 3. We will go on to trade number 4. And here for trade number 4, we are getting edge rusher Mike Green in exchange for Jedrick Wills Jr., Isaiah Wynn, Maurice Hurst, and a 4th and 5th round pick. Now for those of you who might have seen my easiest players to trade for in Madden 26 franchise that I uploaded a couple weeks ago, which by the way, if you've not seen it, I recommend you go check that one out. But I did also get Mike Green in that one. Granted, the trade was a lot different. I think it was just like Jadeveon Clowney and a pick or something. Honestly, I don't really remember. It was kind of a while ago. But still, Mike Green was in that video. And him being in that video is kind of how I got the idea to do this, which originally it was going to be just trading for rookies. But then I kind of decided to focus more on just hidden development ones. And that is how I ended up doing this video. But as for Mike Green, he's 22, a 2nd round pick out of Marshall. He also has 88 speed, which for an edge rusher, that is really good. I don't know exactly where 88 speed ranks among the edge rushers, but I do know 88 speed is really good, and especially considering how he's just 22, with hidden development, that's only going to get even better. And we're able to get him for 3 free agents and 2 day 3 picks. So there is a lot of good value in this trade. And I also tried a few other ones with Mike Green. You can also get him for Christian Wilkins or Trent Brown, just straight up. So if you do want to save a 4th and 5th round pick, you can do either of those. But yeah, that's trade 4, Mike Green from the Baltimore Ravens. We will go on to trade number 5. And now here for trade number 5, we are getting wide receiver Jack Betch in exchange for Mecole Hardman, a 4th, 5th, and a 7th round pick. And now again, just like all the other players in this video that I've traded away, Mecole Hardman was a free agent, so we're basically getting Jack Betch for a 4th, 5th, and 7th round pick. And if you want to see Jack Betch in action, you should go check out my Raiders franchise. I'm doing a long-term rebuild of the Las Vegas Raiders, and I have a couple episodes up already already, I have another one coming up very soon, so if you're interested, feel free to check that one out. That would be greatly appreciated. But yeah, just some info about Jack Betch. He's 29, 89 speed, 92 excel, which granted for a wide receiver, that is kind of low, but he is a rookie, so plenty of time for him to develop. He is a slot archetype, and he was a second-round pick in this last year's draft. And yeah, Jack Betch is right in the middle. He is trade number 5. We will now go on to trade number 6. And before we get on with trade number 6, I just wanted to take a quick break in the video to talk about the other content I have up on my channel. If Madden franchise content is something you are interested in, I have a ton of that up on my channel. I do fantasy draft challenges. I do a long-term franchise, which I just talked about. And I also do speed rebuilds, which are basically just 10-minute rebuild challenges where I try to rebuild a team and turn them into a Super Bowl winning team in just a quick 10-minute window to make trades. So if any of those sound interesting to you, or if you just enjoy Madden franchise content in general, then feel free to check out the content I have up on my channel. I have a ton and it would be greatly appreciated. But yeah, with that being said, we will now go on to trade number 6. And here for trade number 6, we are getting Mike linebacker Carson Swessinger. I hope I pronounced that correctly. I had to look it up like just a couple seconds ago just to make sure, so I hope I pronounced it correctly. But we get him here for Eric Kendricks, Justin Simmons, Mecole Hardman, a 3rd, 5th, and 7th round pick. And now, of course, as you guys can probably guess, Eric Kendricks and Justin Simmons were both free agents. So this is basically Carson Swessinger for a 3rd and 5th and 7th round pick, which, considering how Carson was the first pick of the 2nd round in this past draft, just draft picks wise, that value is great, but also considering how he's a 78 with hidden development, that just makes the deal sound even better. But yeah, as for Carson, he has 87 speed, which is very good for a linebacker. He would be a great user. He also has 83 hit power, which is also pretty good. And we're able to get him here for 3 free agents and a couple of picks. So yeah, Carson Swessinger is trade number 6. We will now go on to trade number 7. And here for trade number 7, we have another running back. We are getting RJ Harvey from the Denver Broncos in exchange for Gus Edwards, Tyler Boyd, and a 5th round pick. And RJ Harvey is a 2nd round pick out of UCF with 92 speed, 94 excel, so he's a very fast running back. And considering how he's 24, which is kind of on the older side of a rookie, but he also does have hidden development that's only going to get even higher as time goes on and as you continue to develop him. But yeah, RJ Harvey is trade number 7 here. We will now go on to trade number 8. And for trade 8, we are back on the defensive side of the ball, picking up cornerback Will Johnson for Stephon Gilmore, Eric Kendricks, a 5th and 7th round pick. And I also was able to get this deal to go through as well, so it's just a matter of what draft picks do you want to give up, because again, all these players are free agents, so it's just a matter of trading draft picks. So if you prefer to give up a 3rd round pick or a 5th and 7th, it's really up to you. But yeah, as for Will Johnson, he does have 89 speed, 90 excel, which granted for a corner, I guess you kind of want that in the 90s, but again, as we know, he's only 22, hidden development, so that's just going to naturally improve as time goes on. But I mean, he is a 77 overall just as a rookie, so that's already pretty good. And it is up to you for whatever method you choose to trade for him in. But yeah, Will Johnson is trade number 8. We will now go on to trade number 9. And trade number 9 here, we are picking up Kyle Williams from the Patriots in exchange for Nelson Aguilar and Nicholas Morrow. So basically, this trade is literally getting us Kyle Williams for free. And just some info about Kyle Williams, he's 22, he was a 3rd round pick out of Washington State from this past draft, 92 speed, 93 excel, which for a rookie at 72 overall is very good. And with that speed, you could probably put him at slot wide receiver and he would develop very well for you in your offense. But yeah, Kyle Williams, trade number 9. We will now go on to trade number 10. And last but not least, we are getting Bashal Tutin here, 75 overall running back from the Jaguars, in exchange for Jordan Whitehead, Zach Moss, and a 4th round pick. And I just realized this before I started recording, but somehow Bashal Tutin is a rookie that doesn't have normal development, that also does not have hidden development. So I really have no idea how that happens, because if you're a rookie and you have better than normal dev, then you would get hidden development. So technically Bashal Tutin is not a hidden development player, but he is better than normal dev and he's a rookie, so he technically should be, but he also technically is not. But yeah, I have no idea why that's the case, but I did think he was prior to recording this video. I literally just found out like as I was about to record it, and I already had the 10 trades that I wanted to show ready, so I figured there was no point to change it. But yeah, as for Bashal Tutin, he's 23, 95 speed, 96 excel, so he's very fast for a running back, especially for a rookie. I mean, he's a 75 with 95 speed. That's pretty crazy. And we're able to get him here for basically just a 4th round pick, which is incredible value. But yeah, Bashal Tutin was trade number 10, and that is going to be the last trade I have in this video today. So if you made it all the way to the end of the video, thank you so much for watching all the way through. I really appreciate that. And like I said earlier in the video, I will have more updated versions of this as time goes on, so make sure to stay tuned for those. And if you enjoyed this one, feel free to check out the other Madden content I have up on my channel. But yeah, with that being said, that is all I have for you guys today. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see y'all next time.